Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, one and all, to Hearthstone Arena. Eventually, we will get there. It's been a while since I recorded one of these, so I figured I'll just go ahead and I'll jump right into it, squeaky chair and all, because I need to buy new furniture or new oil for my furniture. So let's go ahead and get this started right off the bat. We'll go ahead and we'll go and do a draft, and then we'll play a couple rounds and see how it does. Choices here: Mage, Rogue, Hunter. Well, I want the run to go relatively successful, so we're going to go with Mage because the amount of AoE damage that is included with the Mage is actually kind of ridiculous. Problem is we have to draft it. Getting a little bit of lag here for some reason. I don't know if... I mean, it's not my computer. I don't know what's causing that. So, Twilight Drake, Sunfire Protector, and Abomination. You know, I kind of like the choice of Abomination just because of the fact that it's a nice 5 cost and does some damage on the side. Got some really weird lag here. Spellbreaker, Loot Hoarder, and Mirror Entity. I'm not trying to put too much thought into this. I'm just trying to kind of build a deck that I want to build that's going to be fun. Nice for everyone to kind of watch and listen to, because that's where the fun comes from, am I right? Doing stupid things. And you know what's more fun than anything else? Secrets. Along with a Mana Worm. Nice choice. Alright, we got an epic. You know, I wonder if we could try and pull off a secret deck in Arena. That would actually be a little bit ridiculous. Alright, so we got Deathwing Mechanic. This is a nice forecast, and we kind of want to have a good amount of those. This is an excellent card for Mage because I can use my hero power on it. And a Flamestrike. Choice they made for me there. Fireball choice they made for me there. Ice Barrier is kind of useless. I mean, it's a secret, but... let's get another Draggingling Mechanic. Just to kind of go along with the theme here. This isn't going to really be a minion themed deck, so I don't want that. And this looks nice, but it's not going to be very often that you manage to play this and a spell in the same turn, and then someone's going to get rid of it. I like Crazed Alchemist just because it allows for unique scenarios to kind of turn the tide in your favor when you really shouldn't. For example, we'll take a second Flamestrike. A third Flamestrike? Why not? We'll go with 3 Flamestrikes. That makes complete total sense. We'll go with the Ogre Mage right now just because it's 4 costs. 4 costs are nice. Frostbolt for some control. I would have taken the Fireball, but, I mean... if we get too many 4 costs, we're going to kind of be chugging along slowly early game. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and draft a Bloodfen Raptor. Along with a Fairy Dragon. There we go. There's our early game. So, I don't want to take Frost Nova in this deck because we don't really want to stall. We want to kill, right? That's why we have 3 Flamestrikes, which is absolutely ridiculous. So we'll go with the Ironforged Rifleman, just to go with the kind of theme of damage. Chowin Yeti, pretty good card. We do have a Polymorph, though, which would be useful against some of the scarier late-game stuff, and we don't really have a lot of late-game stuff ourselves, actually. So let's take one of these as a safety. Take Fireball. I mean, at this point, we can just nuke them to death. Yeah, I'm not taking you. So we'll go ahead. We have an Imp Master and an Ethereal Arcanist that we can choose between here. I like this just because it's kind of a nuisance. This is a great card. Oh, wait, no, this isn't the card I thought it was. This is terrible. Well, I mean, no, we have secrets. But most of these secrets are probably going to trigger after 1 turn, so it has the buff potential, but the Imp Master I feel is going to be more consistent, just because they're going to give us a bunch of 1/1s to kind of throw away. And we have a Mirror Image with... we can get a Mana Worm with that on turn 2. That would be great. Now, I love the Worgen Infiltrator because this card just almost always trades up, and it trades up on your terms, which is the most important thing I can mention. Not really good choices here except for the Acolyte. Get another 2 cost. That's good. Third Fireball. Why not? This is gonna be the most bullshit of Mage decks. Let's take an Arcane Missiles just for laughs. I don't know. We might need it at some point. Dark Iron Dwarf or Iron Forge Rifleman. I would normally take this, but we have a lot of 4 costs. And 3 costs are kind of nice because they even out on the curve, but, I mean, why not? Because we have 2 Acolytes, so if we play an Acolyte and then on turn 4 we drop one of these, that's okay. So let's take a 4th Fireball, because that's just the way things are going right now. You know what? That's actually a hard choice. Normally, I would never take an Elven Archer, but we have 2 Acolytes of Pain, and we have a ton of direct damage. And then we have Iron Forge, right? You know what? I'm just going to go with it, just because that seems to be the theme of the deck. Stuff that... Holy shit! Alright then. Looks like we're drafting a Deathwing. That seems like the thing we're going to be doing. Deathwing finisher, ladies and gentlemen, with 3 Flamestrikes and 4 Fireballs. This is the magiest of all decks I could have ever possibly asked for. Let's go ahead and take it for a spin, shall we? Unfortunately, I cannot record the reactions of the people that I'm going to be playing against. So you're just going to take my word for it that this is a pretty bullshit deck. Let's see what we do. And more importantly, how we do it. Wait for this to finish up, and... Wait for it. There we go. I am getting some... I don't know if this is going to show up in Fraps or not, but I'm getting some really unresponsive loading here. Probably my resolution, actually. That looks really... Let me mess with that real quick, because that's going to drive me nuts. Oh, yeah, what the hell is that? Unfortunately, I broke the game changing the resolution, which seems to have been successfully changed now. But, oddly enough, I did not receive a loss. I do not know what happened. I reconnected and both of our avatars exploded. Okay then, that was kind of weird. Let's try it again. Go ahead and wait for the connection. I'm really looking forward to this deck, I'm gonna be honest. 4 Fireballs, 3 Flamestrikes, if I'm remembering correctly. And then a Deathwing, just because reasons. That's the best reason to do anything, isn't it? Reasons? Gotta love that. On a side note, I really don't know why it chugs along when it gets to finding a match. That seems... I don't understand what's going on there, so... We're not playing a Warlock. And as much as I would like to have Deathwing in my hand for the entire game, I think it's a good idea to not keep it. We'll go ahead and we'll toss everything with the Fireball. I have a feeling he might have a lot... I mean, well, it's an arena, so I can't really tell anything, but that's a much better opening hand. So we have a Fireball if something happens on turn 4 that we absolutely have to address, and then everything else is just kind of creatures that we're going to be playing until we can get to the really fun stuff, which will be late game control. So I want to save the coin and see if we can't save up for an Acolyte of Pain. This is... I really hope this doesn't show up in the video. I do not know what's going on with my recording here. Alright. So that's actually not good. Because... switching it to Techno would actually be pretty bad. I'm fairly confident that Warlocks do not have weapons. So we will just play that. In retrospect, I probably should have played that... Well, I mean... I still have the coin, so it's not a complete waste, but it's still kind of annoying. So let's see where he goes from here.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
He is going to cleanse the Sunwell. I do not understand why you did that. Because I'm still going to kill it. But okay. So... Don't really want to play that because you're just going to trade it out, so... Let's do this. We'll play a Worgen Infiltrator, and we'll bring this down to 1 HP. The reason we're going to do that is because next turn, we can play an Iron Forge Rifleman, and then we can trade this with anything he might bring out. Hopefully he just hits me in the face. Well, he's going to do that anyways because he can't target the Worgen Infiltrator. I am not thinking with my brain noodle. Change of plans. Where you're using Fireball. Well, this has to happen. And unfortunately, there's not really much we can do here. Unfortunately. Of course, we do have some really good card draw coming up soon. The problem is surviving until then.
I'll put it on your tab.
That's pretty nasty.
Do you need a blessing?
That's even worse. Thankfully, we do have a method of dealing with it. Oh, got some hard questions here. So, what we can try and do, which I think is what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna minimize damage output, and the reason being is that I want to be able to flame strike at the end of this, and he's obviously going to want to play some minions to try and get some health buffs. So right now, actually next turn we can flame strike, so that doesn't even matter. So let's see how many creatures he plays this turn.
The gates are open.
That's actually not flame strikeable. Oddly enough, that's definitely. Oh come on! I need a fireball so bad. Oh no! Why? I hope you can understand the pain in my voice. Alright. Well, we got 3 of them. So I draft 7 removal cards minimum, and I'm getting some of them, but I'm not getting all of them, and that's disappointing. Because now he's gonna start life tapping. Fortunately I can double Iron Forge Rifleman that. But I'm really starting to get low on HP, and I'm not liking that at all. Oh. The most inefficient board clear in all of history. Here we go.
Locked and loaded.
One shot.
That just felt so dumb.
Thank you.
Here, all of my cards do 1 damage. Oh look, now he has a card that does 1 damage. That was just... Oh no. No, not Divine Shield. Alright. What do we got? We've got a Fireball, which will actually work in our favor here. Here we go. Now we got the mad control going on here. Alright. I'm saving that Alchemist, because I might need it at some point. What the hell are you thanking me for? Didn't do anything to benefit you, did I?
Why do you call?
And this isn't the reason why we saved Gray's Alchemists, because now we can just kill it.
Your magic shall not save you.
Now that's a little bit of a problem. For one time, I want Flame Strike, I'm not going to get it. Alright, so how are we going to play this out? Because we're at a disadvantage here. We're at a pretty big disadvantage. So, I suppose... See, the problem is I want this dead, because I cannot take many more hits, and this is the only thing that can attack this turn. But I don't have a way of killing it. Even if I do ram this into his face, because I still have to do 1 more damage, and the only thing that can do that is a hero power, but the taunt's up. Is there a way around that taunt that I'm not thinking of? No.
You love my new recipe.
Gonna have to take the hit. Don't really want to. Put down the Acolyte. Gonna put down this. And we are going to... I can't trust that he doesn't have a board clear, so I want to be able to kill that next turn with my hero power regardless. Even if it does mean he gets an extra trade for it. I have a better board than he does, but I'm pretty close to death. And he has a lot more cards, so I can start remedying that with Acolyte, but it's kind of a race at this point. Why would you do that when I have Board Presence? that would have killed regardless, so... I don't want to play that right now. That would not be a good thing to do. We are going to play this.
I am not a morning person.
I need to save that fireball because I need a way to deal with this if he does something. So we're going to ping that. When we are not going to play Abomination. Because I would like all of my imps to actually survive. Plus, I don't want to go down to 3 HP. That would be kind of silly. How many demons do you have? And then he just throws down like 3 void blockers. That would actually be kind of silly. And oddly effective. Oh no! 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 Yes! Yes! I am a terrible person. That feels pretty good. Not gonna lie. Now if we could top deck a fireball next turn. Oh boy. That would just be awfully awesome, wouldn't it? Oh no. You asshole. I'm just gonna sulk now. That's all I'm doing. Apparently he doesn't have a lot of demons. Because he's gonna play those.
What you want?
It might be enough to kill me if I don't get anything next turn. Mirror entity! That's a thing that exists. I have one more turn. God damn it, I will play it out. Can't believe he siphoned soul on a Deathwing. There's a nice barrier, don't attack me. Thank you for the River Correctness. I don't think it's gonna help, but thank you anyways.
Do I have to?
I have other Flamestrikes right here. You say yes? Oh.
Well played.
The only way to go out. But that was so fun! Why couldn't you let me have my Deathwing? Alright, so we now have our first official loss. Let's play another. Hopefully we can do something a little bit more ridiculous next time. That was... I don't know if that deck just did bad or if I just drew bad. I mean, I drew a bunch of early cost stuff, so I might just not have a good deck, but... I mean... It's for Fireballs. You really can't argue with that. I don't know. Just didn't get the cards I need when I needed them. I had the cards, and usually that's all I get.
Watch your back.
Awesome.
You asked for it.
So, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to toss these because it's a rogue. Really don't perceive a lot of super crazy stuff coming out, and this is actually an amazing hand. Holy shit. This is amazing. So what we're going to do, depending on the action, is we're going to either Worgen or Arcane Missiles. Alright, so we're going to play Worgen Infiltrator. And then next turn, we have Mana Worm with Coin and Arcane Missiles, which may mean that we don't even have to use this, which would be great. Because then she has to earn charge on knives, and then it's just all kinds of crazy. Alright. RNGesus, how are you feeling today? Pretty good, apparently.
First kill.
And now we face plane into it. The next turn we can coin Dragonling Mechanic. Against Finn Bertzold, which sounds like a very German name, which if you're not paying attention, that's the guy I'm playing against up here in the corner. So let's see where the Wheel of Fate takes us. Because apparently she doesn't know. Pretty sure you can find a shoe in here. I've only seen it like once. Let's hunt for the shoe. Yes, we know you're very pondering. It's turn 3. There's not a lot that you can get done. There you go. That wasn't so hard. So admittedly, that does mean something of mine is going to die. But it doesn't matter because we have Dragonling Mechanic.
Me and Mr. Bite.
And we are flooding the board. Which is fine because we have 4... Again, we have 4 fireballs. So we can basically do whatever the hell we want. Abomination really doesn't work that well with this deck because a lot of it's really low-cost token-making stuff or buffs, but... I mean, it was the first card we picked. Or one of them. So I really couldn't have predicted that. Just kind of happens sometimes.
So many options.
Can't have too many options. There you go. You know, I wonder if we can just race. Depending on what she decides to do, because... I mean, if you don't trade out, I'm gonna out-damage you here. There is gonna be trading involved. Unfortunately. But we're still on the good end of the stick here. And we have a second Flamestrike in hand, just because. This is actually ridiculous. The magiest of mage decks. I still have not found the boot. So, what kind of rogue do we have? I mean, mages are pretty good at killing rogues, to be honest, because a lot of the rogue stuff depends on combos, and a lot of it doesn't really have a lot of HP, so I would imagine it would just be neutral minions I have to worry about, which I mean, those could be anything. I mean, there are backstabs and shivs and stuff, but I mean, if they would have been played if they had them. Alright, son. Is that all you got? Come on. Well, I hate to break it to you, but saving charges isn't really going to do much for because I'm just going to do that. And we will race for the face! Because we have amazing board presence and an amazing deck to back it up. And then, you know, we have 2 Flamestrikes, so there's that. It's not like I have to worry about the board getting out of control or anything. That's annoying. That's actually really annoying. So how are we going to deal with this? I don't know, but I want card draw.
Let the pain speak to me.
We're going to have to go for 2 for 1 here, aren't we? Alright, well, I'm just going to kind of have to accept the fact that they've done their job. And I can get some card draw out of Acolyte. Preferably 2 cards. One from the Golem and one from whatever else decides to hit it. Unless, like, she burns an Assassinate, which would be really silly. But it's an option. And the card to play is... You have to play the card face up. That's how you get on the... There you go. Oh no, now we're only going to get 1 card. Oh well, I'll take it. So... I don't think there's a lot of minions left for them to play. Unfortunately, we don't have 8 mana next turn, because I would really like to play Spellbender and Abomination. That's annoying. It's actually extremely annoying.
Choose soon.
Alright. So we're taking 4 damage next turn, probably. Actually, no, we have Abomination. Never mind. What am I talking about? So, ping that to make sure that everybody dies at the end of the movie. Or the turn. Why did I say movie? I haven't even watched any movies recently. It's lost to the mysteries of time. I don't know. Alright, so, to recap, every turn is taking about 20 seconds to an hour. And I don't know why, because there are 3 cards you have to choose from. And there was 1 card on the field. I don't know. So we are going to patiently wait and not complain about it anymore. You know, a lot of Flamestrikes seems like a good idea initially, but then you kind of realize that you have a mana cost. And I mean, it's even difficult to play them a later game because it's not guaranteed to kill everything. I mean, admittedly, we do have 1 or 2 spell damage minions, or maybe just the 1 ogre, but I mean, this is really kind of an anti-winnie deck, which, I mean, there's the winnie. Oh. Well, this means if I had 1 more mana, I could turn that into something. So I'm gonna hit this once, and I'm gonna play Spellbender for the sole purpose of freaking them out, because it's not actually gonna target on anything, seeing as I don't have any creatures. Then we're gonna Flamestrike. Well, actually, this counts for everybody. So if she tries to buff it or something, then there's that. Oh yes, play 1 more, please. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to be taking 7 damage. It hurts a little bit, but I can kind of live with it, because I'm going to have a card advantage here soon, and a board advantage, eventually. The thing about Flamestrike is it really hurts your momentum. But I mean, we can play Crazed Alchemist, and I might just go ahead and do that anyways. Alright. Here we go. And here's the board presence.
My new recipe.
Go. Let's see what you got to answer that. I can't believe I got 3 Flamestrikes and 4 Fireballs. It's just... I mean, that's probably common, because they're both common cards. Oh! And there's the Spellbender!
I'll take that.
I like to imagine the Spellbender just kind of grabs it, willingly shoves the knife into her back, but... I don't know. We're actually going to win soon, funnily enough, because the Fireball. So... I think... We actually have lethal. Yeah, we have lethal. Alright, cool. So, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we got lethal. But we can do it in style, too. So we're going to Fireball.
Well,
Don't rush me.
And we're just going to play the minion because it's flashier. Nice. Alright, that was pretty cool. Got a victory. The thing that every man strives for. Alright, let's go ahead and play 1 more. And then we'll go home and wrap up the video. And then do another recording next week. Sounds good. Didn't see the Deathwing for that entire game, which was kind of... I mean, Deathwing's not really a great card. It's just... It's a very in-your-face card. And I mean, I guess it can be kind of cool if you're losing. It's a last-ditch effort, but you don't want to hit that point. But it's Deathwing! It's Deathwing! The fact that I even got it in the draft is really kind of shocking. But For some reason, I'm very lucky when I record, and then once I stop recording, my luck kind of runs out. So, just the way the things work. Speaking of luck,
Asked for it.
there's Deathwing. Let's not take him in our opening hand. It's probably the reason he doesn't come out more, because he just feels kind of rejected. So I'm going to take an Acolyte of Pain just because it's a Druid, and Druids tend to have a lot of late game stuff. Mirror Entity will kind of cover us for a little bit. And then hopefully we draw into some 1-2 costs in the next few turns. I actually probably could have tossed a Fireball, but I don't like risking it because the Yeti exists. That Shellwind Yeti is absolutely horrifying if you don't have a creature-based deck.
Job's done.
And absolutely nothing to do on turn 1. Surprising nobody in the world ever. Alright. Got a coin coming out. Oh, if that's an Innervate. Okay, it's a Wild Growth. That's still kind of bad, but it's not a turn 1 Yeti, which I'm grateful for. Alright, so we're gonna do this because I could play Elven Archer, but there's really no point. I can trade for something next turn, I guess. I really don't want to, but... Why would you take an Iron... Well, there's probably a Sunfury Protector or... what's the other one? The other one that gives 2 things taunts. Probably one of those is in the deck, because I would imagine that you would not pick that in reverse order. I meant to put that back in my hand, but okay. I was debating between that and the Acolyte of Pain, and I was going to play the Acolyte just because I want to ping it for a little bit, but, I mean... It is what it is.
I must safeguard the law.
Now he's going to silence it. Alright. Well, unfortunately, that means I have to burn a Fireball. I really don't want to. But I kind of had to. And then there's no point even trying to hit that. Why are you sorry? It was just a Fireball. I don't get it. Really need to get this mirror in again. He seems to have a lot of tough stuff. Oh no, I have no board. This is bad. Alright. Well, we're essentially holding on to a Flamestrike now. What are you doing? End your turn. So yeah, I mean, we could play an Elven Archer, and we might actually, because, I mean, it's cheaper than Fire Blast, but I mean, I want to save it for the Acolyte, but I mean, there's really... We might have to, honestly. I'd rather play an Acolyte than an Elven Archer, just because of the fact that I need options, right? And we actually got a Mirror Entity, which is perfect, so you can get a couple turns worth of options here. And another Flamestrike. So we are set on turn 7. And the Mirror Entity should get us there. Hopefully, we'll see. I mean, actually, he's going to kill all of them in 1 turn, but... It's still something, okay? And then we can Acolyte stuff. So the question is, what answers do you have other than just trading? Mr. Tundra, do you have any? Do you have all the answers hidden up your sleeve? Because that would be cheating. You should put the cards back where they belong.
Where shall I strike?
That's not good. That's not good at all. So, my entire board is gone now. But that's actually fine. Because that bought me a turn. And you know what? Why don't we not? Well, no, we're not going to be able to get away with that. I'm going to play a Mirror Entity just because we're not going to be able to prevent all of this. Even if I played an Abomination, it would be kind of a waste. So, we're going to Flamestrike next turn. And it's going to hurt. And hopefully anything he plays will help me deal with anything that's over 4 health. Admittedly, he might just kill it, but it depends on what order he takes his turn in. If he attacks first, then we have a guaranteed creature next turn if he plays another one. If he plays a creature first, which he might not want to because he doesn't actually know what the secret is, then he can just kill it. Really depends. If you played an Iron Bark, I'd love you forever. Please? You know you want to. Oh, that is even worse. Unfortunately, I can't kill his. That sucks. Unfortunately.
Nature will rise against you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I mean, we might have a flame strike here. Yeah. Yeah, let's not. Because I mean, we can just do abominate. Well, I mean, this is gonna die. Actually, no, it's not. So it's just abomination.
What we
Poke it. There is no life to flame strike. Even if he doesn't manage to remove that. So, the Mirror Entity, oddly enough, managed to clear his side of the board. I don't understand how, but that's how it happened. Uh-oh. Well, that's extremely annoying.
It's time for a little blood.
Don't mess.
Oh, please. Please attack it with your taunt. I would love you. Why would you play that before attacking my taunt? I'm gonna kill it.
Mistake.
You know, I would apologize to him, but he did just taunt me. So, you know, you're just gonna have to live with that yourself. And hilariously enough, we now have a Flamestrike board. Say hello to being at a disadvantage. And we should have played the mana run first. But you know what? We're still in the lead.
Will rise against you.
Thank you.
You don't have to be an asshole about it either. Thank you very so much. Just a card game. Got another one if you want to see it. That's actually kind of annoying. Snap job, but I mean we can frostbolt it and then there's some control. And we could just play a bunch of Iron Forge riflemen, which actually we can't do that now. Okay. I think he's just gonna try and kill me. Yep. Looks like it. So we are gonna stall.
Yes, me and
Because
Mr.
we can.
Lockdown loaded.
And you are now getting hit in the face, sir. Alright. So we're in a pretty good spot. And we can Flamestrike next turn. And every other turn, because we have a million of them. That's kind of creepy. I'll stop. But it feels with such pleasure to be able to just remove everything that they ever put on the board. Are you casting that on me? Okay, I was gonna say. Thankfully, he had enough sense to try and board clear. So, we do get a trade out of it at least.
Fire!
Ooh. Now we're gonna play Night Lightning. And now we're gonna get some free card draw.
Loaded.
It's funny how this deck works when you actually get to the late game and can cast stuff. It's still kind of close though, because if he clears the board, it's over.
I am not a morning person.
Alright. You know what we can do on turn 7 and on? Nonsense. There you go. And I'm just gonna burn an Arcane Missiles because of reasons. I would like more card draw. And it turns out that in fact nature has not risen against me. Surprising no one. It might soon though, it's been thundering and lightning out a lot, so if my Pyro cuts out in the middle of this, just consider that the Druid giving me fair warning. That nature did in fact rise against me, and decided to cut my power for vengeance. So now he's just stalling. He's actually probably going to attack the Acolyte, which I don't understand why. I was going to kill it myself anyways. I'll take it, though. Alright. Now we play everything.
Me and Mr. Bite.
This is extremely evil. And then he pulls a Starfall, and half of, not even half, most of my entire board dies. But funnily enough, it wouldn't even matter, because we still have pretty good amount of damage and a Fireball. And 3 more Fireballs waiting to just come up to the surface. I think we have lethal, yeah. We gotta have it. So he's gonna be at 16. Because he's gonna attack that. So we have 2, 4, 8, and then 14 plus Fireball. We got lethal. Nope, nope, wait, that's a shield. Sorry, I spent too much time doing math and not enough time figuring out that I didn't have lethal. Because he just played something. So, you know what, we're just gonna go for it. Because I'm pretty sure I can just Fireball him. Or not Fireball, but ping him to death. And the off chance that he actually catches up. You know, if he plays a taunt card, and that's going to go to my... Oh, no. Starfall. Oh no! That's like everything I have. Okay, that's not everything I have. He still loses, but okay. I don't know what you're doing.
I can see.
Well played.
Alright, so that was expected. Victory! Awesome. Still haven't utilized Deathwing yet. So he will sit here at the bottom of the list until our next recording. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and I will continue this deck next week. Have a good night.